Greetings. Peace. I gotta make sure it's still recording. Okay. What's going on, sentient beings? Two finger peace always. It's Prosperity Priestess with part 2 of this video, work on self. It was an awesome video in reading part 1. And I read these cards right here. And it was great. And then I went to turn the video off and I found out that it had already turned off. Yay. So I was a little disappointed because this reading, these energies, this shit, bomb. Yo. Alright, look. Okay. Here we go. What do we have here? How did it come out? It was like this. Right. I showed you guys, we went from the Ten of Swords to the Ten of Cups. These are the first two that came out. And it was the Page of Swords. It was such a good reading. And I don't know what parts of things I said that you guys heard versus what wasn't heard with the videos cut off. So it's a little discouraging. It is. And that's all right. We're still being optimistic, and I'm finishing the reading. That was like four, almost 5 hours ago at this point. Yeah, and that's okay. We knew that these 3 cards that came out, and out of the 3, the one that I was speaking about was the Lovers, and I barely started talking about it, right? And we knew that the 3 of Swords had also come out after these 3. And I was like, oh, we're not going to end the reading on the 3 of Swords. So whatever this bottom card is, the bottom of this deck, that's going to be the last card. And then I continued the reading. I read these 3, read the 3 of Swords, and then I read that bottom card. Incredible. And you guys saw none of it. But that's okay. Let me see if I could recap some of the message or something. And you know what? It's just part of the process. It wasn't meant to be. That's all. You know? So I was really happy about saying, I understand why the Ten of Swords came out first, and then after that the Ten of Cups, because we go through those scenarios in our journey where this Ten of Swords moments, it's like, yeah, you just feel, look, she's underground looking at her phone, you just mad swords in the back, all your thoughts and at the agony and misery, and you feel like, and depression, and you feel like it's never going to get better, that concept. Also, I made a short about this one time a couple months ago. That was in August, so I guess about 6 months ago. Someone has spoke about how the Ten of Swords could be also looked at as the power of your mind. Because the swords are... And that's also... No, that's the Nine of Swords. It's the Nightmare card, I think. Is that 9 or the Ten of Swords? I don't know, but I do know that the 9s represent the endings, and the 10 is like a new level. I like to look at 10 like a Pluto energy because it's powerful, and it's like 1 and 0 come together, and so then it's like a spark, it's a bang, it's a power couple. It's the 1 and 0, it's the 10, it's the new level. You got 1 through 9, then zoo, you move up to the next level. So it's very powerful dynamic. Anything about power, that's that Pluto energy. And Pluto is in Aquarius now. It takes like 200 and something years. I don't know how many. You have to Google it like I did. Then you'll have to remember it like I didn't. But It's, it's the planet that's the furthest out. Um, and it's a very powerful energy. And now it is in Aquarius, so things are very new. I think that's what has to do with this concept of wealth transfer. Oh, right, yeah, because Aquarius is 11th house energy. It's the collective. It's the people, the community. Ooh, no, community would be like third house. The collective, like all of us, universally, that's like 11th house energy with Aquarius, and which Aquarius represents, or Aquarius rules the 11th house. Uh, so, in the planet Pluto being one of power and transformation, Pluto it only rules Scorpio. So when you say, transformation is that eighth house Scorpio energy, transforming your pain into power. Scorpio energy, that's Pluto energy. So to go from the Ten of Swords to the Ten of Cups, that's that's what's happening now. This wealth transfer energy, that's what happens to people's lives in general when you turn your test into a testimony, your challenge into there's something to go with that. Your challenge into a celebration or something. Um, but you have to transmute the energy. Uh, we've all had Ten of Swords moments in life. Life be lifing. And we've all had Ten of Cups energy in life. And the goal is to keep it here and have more and more of this. But it's awesome when you uh, come out of this type of energy, the Ten of Swords and the woe is me, and all your thoughts are like downtrodden and you feel like everything's falling apart in your life. Um, that is part of growing, that's part of maturing, that's part of realizing who you are. Like this, that, or the third couldn't keep you down, you know. You didn't let it. Some things people may be going through the same challenges or predicament that you're going through, and it's really setting them back much. Whereas you go through it yourself, and you're able to level up. It's just gonna be one thing, or it's just gonna be that you're gonna level up, or you're gonna stay in the same spot, or fall deeper. It's like if you're in a hole and you're trying to get up out the hole, you're in the hole. You're in the Ten of Swords. So the only outcome is you stay the fuck in that hole or you come out of it. So I guess it's the concept when you look at it spiritually, they call it Dark Night of the Soul, right? And a lot of times, how do I want to say this? Yeah, that's how you found out who you were. When your back's against the wall, what are you gonna do? So that's how it started. I talked about the Page of Swords. Oh, people watching. Yeah, they watching the channel. Ow! Page of Swords is like the spy energy. It's also because it's also new thoughts and ideas. Page having to do with things that are new, young, fresh, unfamiliar. So like you're studying something, and swords are thoughts, words, and ideas. So I also looked at it like you using your thoughts and your ideas, or even your words, like what I'm doing, right, with my channel raps, to come out of your misery and have something to celebrate emotionally on a new level. Um, I don't know if you heard it in the last video or not, but like the Ten of Cups is like a new level of emotions and joy. That's why it's the family energy, it's the couple and the children and the dogs there. It's like, 9 is wish fulfillment, and 10 is like all of that. And then some. It's on a whole nother level, with the partner there. Just like with the Nine of Cups energy or Nine of Pentacles energy, or the Nine of Wands and the Nine of Swords. All of those nines, they're there by themselves. There's one individual in the card traditionally. But with the tens, like I said, it's the 1 and the 0. Okay. So yes, but Pluto's at like 1 degree right now. Because I recently looked at the astrological alignment. The moon is in Capricorn. It is Aquarius season, so and today is Monday. By Wednesday, the moon will be in Aquarius, just like the sun is in Aquarius. And when they're at the same degree, that's called a new moon. The new full moon is when they're at the opposite degrees, 180 degrees apart. Opposite signs, pardon me, 180 degrees apart. Let's see what else. First of all, let's stop saying I was gonna say that new moon energy, just like a full moon energy, it's felt, as strong as that day. Also, 3 days before and 3 days after. There I go again. It's felt the strongest 3 days before and 3 days after. So we're all up in that energy now already. We're talking about Aquarius new moon. It is right upon us, and this is very different because this is the first time there's an Aquarius new moon, while Pluto is also in Aquarius. That's relevant. Let's see, I saw that Mars is retrograde in Cancer. Jupiter is retrograde in Gemini, and the North Node is retrograde in Aries. I think it was still at 0 degrees. It was 0 or 1 degree. I think the North Node was at 0 degrees, and and Pluto was at 1 degree. So retrogrades is a time to like redo, rethink. So you you may revisit scenarios from your past pertaining to those energies that are at play. So, for example, with Mars, it being in Cancer, gratitude, confirmation, you may revisit the actions. Mars are your actions, your action-oriented energy, and your plans and what you're doing. It's in a Cancer energy. So last time it was in Cancer, where you look at where Cancer is at in your natal chart to see how it affects you. So I was looking at that like, oh, that means it's gonna go back into Leo, which I like that. That was a couple of months ago. Not yeah, yeah, not yeah. I think two months ago or something like that. I don't know exactly when it was in the story. Tell you guys all the time, I'm not an astrologer, but I do like to learn about and see where the stars, the planets are situated, because as above, so below. I explained in a couple of different videos, and I actually, 3 years ago, my daughter and I were reading a book together about the stars to teach. So you can check that video out. But it's talking about how there's stars in the sky. They've always been there. That's why I focus on them, and they're so relevant all throughout antiquity, all cultures, no matter what your language is, what your religion is, no matter where you are at in the world, you can see the stars. No matter what time frame it was, the stars are there and they were utilized. Once upon a time, they were looked at a lot more as more important than they are now. Even though we know they're important, like we base the time off of the movement of the stars. So, like one thing I learned from that book that I knew but didn't really realize I knew was that there are two types of stars. There are stars that stay in the sky and they do not move. Those are called constellations. And there are stars that are in the sky that do move. Those are called planets. I didn't really realize that I knew that. That's why sailors are able to navigate based on the stars and look in the telescopes. The stars that don't move, the constellations, the zodiac signs, or the little, the Big Dipper, we all know that it's always in the same spot in the sky. So if you're navigating in direction, you know that, or the North Star, the brightest one, right? So that's why they're relevant. They've always been in existence. You can't count them out. You can't just pull a whole crusades and be like, women don't exist and we're taking them out of religion. We're taking them out of life and religion and spirituality. I mean, I guess that's kind of what they're doing when you ignore astrology. Like, you could acknowledge astronomy, but not astrology. That's silly. That's like acknowledging your conscious self, but not your subconscious self, which is kind of like how a lot of us are living, Or you only caring about your brain and logic or the physical and not your heart and your emotions or how you feel. It's not healthy. It's not realistic. And it leads to, they be calling it mental health. I don't think people have mental health issues. I think it's an emotional timeout. Let me rephrase that. Especially out here in the Twilight Zone. Plenty of people have mental health issues. But when they say mental health, they're really talking about your emotional health. And feeling downtrodden, depressed. These are internal, unseen. These are not the same people. They don't have a cognitive, your cognition, your level of understanding mentally. They don't have a cognitive functioning disability. They are going through dis-ease and disharmony pertaining to the emotions. The chakras are blocked. The auric centers, right? And that's very relevant because the unseen controls the seen. It's very relevant because another way to say it, our reality is a representation. Our reality, our existence, what's materializing, manifested, and magnetizing to us. It's what's mirroring what we're seeing. It's a reflection of our internal state of being. So when you're just not doing anything to nourish your internal self, your being, your soul, your inner self, ta-da! You're just neglecting that. Obviously, you're gonna run into issues. It's gonna become burdensome. You're gonna feel like, what am I even doing in life? Did I come into existence and just pay bills and die? No. No, of course not. So, and that's why, look, the Ten of Cups, it's pertaining to the emotions. All right. So I talk about things like that all the time. You already know, because y'all been watching. And I'm using my ideas, my words, and my brain and my logic to bring forth and to manifest this Ten of Cups on my fortune in Aqua. And I still did not look up at what degree. I'm going to look up my natal chart. It's been forever. But back to this reading, though. Oh, yes. In the other video, we did the mudra reassurance. So that was great. Self-reassurance guides me to perfect well-being. I picked this one because it's sacral. It's pertaining to the sacral chakra. Sacral chakra is ruled by the moon, and it's water energy, and today's Monday. Moon day. It's a 9, so you know we lit. 9 is ruled by Mars. The planets rule everything, and I always say that. They rule days of the week, they rule numbers, they rule herbs, they rule crystals, chakra centers. So, I feel like a big part of this wealth transfer, the age of Aquarius it's getting into that unseen energy. Aquarius is that, they say it's the weird sign, it's quirky, it's eccentric. And I like to look at the word weird the same way I say weird is just wired different, because weird and wired have the same letters in them. Aha! Aha! They do. So you gotta appreciate that Uranus, those uploads or downloads of the instant insight, lightning energy that comes with Uranus that comes with Aquarius. Aquarius energy. So it's that all season, I was gonna say all month, whatever, it's like 10 days in this month, another 20 days in the other month. Yes, the Lovers came out after the Page of Swords, so yeah. That's funny because this is the third reading in a row that the Lovers came out. That's funny. My spirit team got hella jokes. My ancestors got mad jokes. Third reading in a row, the Lovers came out. Different decks as well. Yeah. The Lovers is a Gemini card, and Gemini is ruled by the planet Mercury. Mercury rules Gemini and Virgo. Let's see. And I mentioned it in the last video, so I don't really have to mention it again in this video about the correlation of Mercury and the Sun. I guess I'm gonna just mention it. Mercury's always like in someone's natal chart, Mercury is going to be the same sign as the Sun, or it's going to be 30 degrees either direction of the Sun. So that's a thing. That would be the astrology aspect. In astronomy, you talk about Mercury and its orbit. They would say, oh, the planet Mercury takes 88 days to circulate around the sun. So we know Mercury is the quickest moving planet. Mercury represents commerce and communication. And it's thinking, certainly. And when you're communicating or when you're getting that money, you have to be thinking. That's why Geminis and Virgos are fucking smart. We're ruled by Mercury. And very like quick-witted. Yes. That's okay. Y'all know I have a list. This is not the first video of mine you've seen. So the Lovers are here. They are all happy. And I spoke about how now I see why they're naked in the card. Because being naked represents being vulnerable. Like you're bearing it all, And when you're doing something you love, that's how I feel when I make these videos. Vulnerable. And in a way, because I'm sharing aspects of myself. And I get nervous. I get self-conscious about it. I start thinking like, oh, am I even communicating the right words and the right message, or this isn't perfect? But I'm doing it because I love it, and I do the readings because I love them. And I'm passionate about it. Like love is passionate. Love is like in relationships or in life. It does put you in a vulnerable position because it's dealing with your emotions and something you care about. So what's this word, like you're more sensitive about it? Are you like how you love your baby, you be extra protective of something that's so precious to you, things that you love, so you get like extra you put extra energy into it, you're extra passionate about it, and yes, you be extra careful with things that you love. You want to get it right. So now I understand. They're naked and holding hands. It's a divine union, and I love that the angels in the card. That's how I know it's a divine union. It's angelic. You see the stars are there, so it's cosmically aligned. That's why they say like a divinely ordained spouse. Just not that karmic motherfucker. It would be like a twin flame, soulmate, divine union type energy. When you had your Dharma, your Ten of Cups. So I'm grateful to see that because I know that's the energy that I am in. Because the damn sure ain't this no more. Not accepting that. So I'm grateful. Yeah, the Lovers keeps coming out in all my readings. Moving on to the next card. And it's a major arcana, number 6, is ruled by Venus. Yo, the next card that came out was Justice, which is another major arcana. And you guys didn't get to hear me talk about it. I was like, oh, Justice? Wow, that's number 11. She's holding up the sword, so words, the truth, and the balance, the scales. So it has to do with law. It has in legality. So, like in my one deck, it says wives for justice because marriages are done. It's a legal thing. It's bringing balance. Justice is also like when we think about karma, like cause and effect. Like this was done and this is going to be the result. So there's divine justice bringing the balance. It's coming full circle. That's that. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Isaiah 54:17. Somebody better let them know they was talking. Had that sword, that justice, that divine balance is coming. Or it's like why you're not supposed to like put negative energy out towards others. That's just gonna come back to you. That's what karma is. That's why you don't want karma, you want dharma. I mean, well, when you put out good energy and you get that back, that's the dharma. And I guess that's something that's been built up over lifetimes, you know. So now we're talking about your soul again, all right? What you're really here for and to nourish and to find out when you choose to go within and stop focusing only on the physical, the external, the materialistic. It becomes more of a journey and you start to look at things on a deeper level. And that's when you really start to grow. And you enjoy it. It's then it's like you're focusing on your inner being, your inner light, you know. And everyone's is different. We're not supposed to be robots. We're not supposed to be like factory made versions, like all copy, cut, and paste. What's it called? Cookie cutter. Gratitude, confirmation. We're not supposed to be all cookie cutters, you know. That's why you can't judge somebody for anything. Judge yourself. Don't judge somebody else. Judge yourself. Anyways, I realized as I was reading the cards it's probably not in the video because I didn't get to Justice. The Lovers card and the Justice coming out next to each other, that's clearly marriage. That's clearly y'all. My spirit team got hella jokes, man. That's clearly a marriage energy. It's marrying what you love. So, you know, and what is what's for you can't be taken from you, and what's not for you can't be given to you. That's also the concept, the energy I'm getting with the Lovers coming out right next to the Justice card. If that ain't for you, that's not for you. That's not what's in the stars. It's not. That's not what's for you. People be plotting, and you know, Exodus 14:14. Look it up. Like I had to, because I don't know the scripture specifically. I just know when I saw or learned about it, I liked it, and I remembered it. You don't gotta do nothing. That's what that evil eye situation is. That's all. You know, whatever you're sending to somebody, that's going right back to them. And you send bad energy to someone, it's gonna come right back to you tenfold. Dun dun dun. With that divine justice on it. That's all. And that's why the sword is being held up, because the sword has to be used. It's there for that purpose. And a lot of times it's because people's words and what they said is now being used against them. Because they were trying to use their words, heka, power. In the beginning was the word. We use our words to create, materialize, manifest. They use their words and magnetize to try to hurt someone. That's just gonna create that turmoil in your own life. You're gonna be out here 10 of swords because you was plotting on someone, get that divine justice. Because you didn't know. Another thing is you don't know anybody's spiritual ranking. And a lot of people, they don't really care about that or know about that. And you just gotta learn. They fuck around and learn, find out the hard way. How do I know this? Because I was in a whole karmic relationship. And, even he said it to me. He was like, it's not fair. Every time I do something to you, you're not the one that's being hurt, because he's like, every time I do something to you, it's like I get attacked, I get hurt. And I was like, well, yeah. I said, yeah, that does happen. I said, oh, you noticed that too? He was like, you're doing something. I'm like, I'm not doing nothing. I don't gotta do nothing. I'm not doing nothing to hurt you. You're doing that. Yeah, you keep putting your hands on me and you keep randomly, like, you'll lose money or someone to do some fuck shit or jump you or some stupid shit. You got hit by a car twice. Once on my birthday. Let me just sip this tea. Oh, this is nice. Got hit by a car on my birthday. Maybe you shouldn't attack me on my birthday. I don't know. Also, what else happened? Got hit by a car, and then actually that led to a lawsuit that you think you're going to get paid for. Maybe you will. But maybe also all that's going to have to go towards your healing and survival because of the position that you're going to be in a fucked up position because you keep continuing to put out whack ass energy. But got hit by another car 3 months later on the last day of the year. And that is representative of, what's that? Oh, that's the day my grandma transitioned, on the last day of the year. So it's like, it's my ancestors. They be coming through all the time. They're with me always in all ways. I'm always giving gratitude and reverence to my ancestors. We stand on the shoulders of those who came before us. What? I wouldn't be here without them. Their DNA is inside me. The moon's a Capricorn. They're in my bones. Like right now. So I'm always bigging up and grateful for, my ancestors. Like, what the fuck? So I'm just explaining, I've seen it happen in real life. Like, and I had to remember that, And this is why spiritual warfare, this shit is real. Ephesians 6:12. For real. There is wickedness in high places. But again, Isaiah 54:17. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. I was really out here walking around with the sign saying that, showing it. Time out. I'll be right back. I'll be 2 seconds. A little bit more than 2 seconds. Hey! She's back. It's been a while. It's been a while. But I had to get her out. I had to. I was walking around town with this. It was funny because some people, they would like just move out the way. Like, so other people, they would ask me questions like, what is that? I'm like, oh, it's just Bible scriptures. It's just Bible scriptures because people, they understand the Bible. Even though it's, there's things, there are plenty of aspects that are omitted from it. Like, isn't there like the Book of Enoch? Which I happen to just see on my playlist, my old playlist. I was like, oh, maybe I'll watch that and learn. Because I haven't. There's mad books that have been taken out. Why? Because of things they don't want you to know and understand. They just want you looking at things on a very basic, mundane level. But yeah, man, Isaiah 54:17. Like this shit is real. So I was super proud to make this. I did it by hand, as you can see. and I mean that. For real. That's how I operate. All right. That's what I highly resonate with. I know my ancestors. I know my spirit guides. I know my spirit team. I got angels with me, demons with me, my higher self. And I'm so grateful. I just be so happy on this life and just seeing the results. And people like, oh, demons. Demon just means wise spirit. So, people perish for lack of knowledge, you know? And I just learned to tune more into me. Like, I felt called to make that sign and walk around with it, And it might look weird, but a lot of the things that we've been trained to do, conditioned to do, programmed into doing, they're weird as fuck. It doesn't even make sense. It's putting us in Tenosaur scenarios. Calm down, and we're doing it like it's normal. Like waking up every day and eating pork and Hathor, eating pork and a cow. Like, like you're gonna have health issues. Or now people are conditioned to believe it's normal to change your gender. You're gonna have health issues. People were having health issues without changing their gender. Like, you keep trusting these fucking humans. Whew, you don't even know. Like Dr. Dalbert Blair taught us. He always comes up during Capricorn. Yo, I'm telling you this. I gotta look up his birthday. He's a metaphysician and like a master teacher. I love to listen to his lectures. And he's the first person I learned about parthenogenesis from. We don't even talk about that. But you know about it because you believe in the Bible and Immaculate Conception. You believe that Jesus came from a virgin or that concept. If it's even a pop. So there's just many ways to look at this. How far down the rabbit hole you trying to go? By the way, the rabbit is the Virgo energy. Okay, you didn't know. And I was born the year of rabbit. Oh! Yeah. So I'm grateful to tapped in the source. I was talking about, this is relevant. So I'll say it again. What's it? The star chakra, soul chakra, one of them. Should be like, go watch the other video. I did just say that, and you should go do it. Part 1. Where is it? It's back here. Yes, the soul star chakra, which I guess is number 8, right above our head, our soul star chakra. So above your crown chakra, and it connects you with your soul. I didn't even know about it. And then above that, number 9, your stellar gateway chakra, which is connects you with source and starseed origins, because they want you to believe in a God in the sky, some man in the sky. That's the post I wanted to put up. The one of Caesar Borgia. Who made that? I think it was Soul Family Oracle. Soul Family. I listened to her readings. I think she made a post the other day. I'm gonna share that. And it was a guy. He was like, "Hi, I'm Caesar Borgia. Can you guys stop confusing me?" Or some shit like that. He was like, "Oh, back in 1490, my dad, who was a ruthless mobster, blah 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 blah, paid someone to draw my picture, and now years later, y'all keep calling me Jesus," or some shit like that. When you read the book and it says copper skin and woolly hair. So you want to keep believing these fucking lies, and that's all believe is for a lie to be. I learned that in my Holy Tablet days, my Dr. Malachi Z. York stage. I'm grateful. Like, don't ever be stuck staying in one doctrine. That's so ignorant and beneath you. And this is the age of information. People perish for lack of knowledge. That's why. Like, you're sitting here. I'm gonna tell you something else. You're sitting here thinking, get this divine truth. Let me bring you some balance using these words, the swords. You think we were conditioned to think and believe that, you need your protein. I'm not saying you don't need protein. First of all, the whole fact that they got us focused on vitamins instead of minerals. The fallacies, so many lies. This shit is crazy. But when you get pregnant, you don't even hear the word vitamin. All you hear is minerals. They start talking about zincs and phosphorus and magnesiums, iron. You're like, where these things come from? Natural periodic table of elements. That's why if you were smart, you would invest in natural elements. You would invest in some nickel, some iron. You would invest in things pertaining to magnetism, because obviously that's gonna explode. Let me stop. I'm telling y'all a little bit too much now. Those are some of my intentions. Because it just makes sense. Do you know that spaceships are run off of magnets? Do you know that? You know the power of your brain. Anything achieved is like all is mind. Anything achieved was first mentally conceived, right? It was an idea, and then it came into being, into fruition. But the power of your mind is not as strong, or the auric field of your mind is not as strong as the power of your heart. And your heart don't put it out. Your heart pulls it in. This is magnetism. There are many types of ways of being. There are many types of ways of seeing things, of what is it called? Education, types of intelligences. That's what I'm trying to say. There are many types of intelligences. Like we have the plant kingdom. The plants are crazy intelligent. And if you eat them and put them in your body, they'll transfer some of those nutrients and that intelligence to you. You know, like people have psychedelic scenarios and healings, or if you hug a tree, you might get some information, but you don't know that because you're not even interacting with the earth that you live on, in biology. You know that if you walk, put your feet in the soil and be grounding, it releases information instantly. No, because all you know is pharmaceuticals, because it's training, it's conditioning, it's programming. And they're capitalizing programming, aqua, conditioning, capitalizing, Capricorn. So today, aqua, Capricorn, capitalizing off of your ignorance because they conditioned you to be that way. So some of us are choosing to not be like that. But back to what I was saying, to bring you this balance. So you're so focused on getting protein and shit. You know, I gotta get my protein from a chicken or a cow or a fish, but chickens don't eat meat, so where do they get their protein from? Cows don't eat meat, where are they getting their protein from? Protein doesn't come from animals. That's a lie. Protein comes from plants. Period. Right. What are you talking about? You could Google like how many pounds of beans versus how many pounds of beef is going to take to get the same amount of grams of protein. And it's going to take way less beans to get the same amount of protein than you would need of beef. And then another thing, which is very relevant, the HDL and LDL. I look at it, I'm learning about it. Oh, okay, so you mean that's just animal fat versus plant fat. So if it's an avocado or olive oil, gratitude, those are healthy fats. Those are the LDLs. That's what we want. The HDL, gratitude, confirmation. I may have said it wrong, but the healthy fat comes from plants, whereas fat that's not healthy from you, not healthy for you, it comes from animals. So you got all this disease and dis-ease and inflammation and built up plaque. There's another word that we use for it, but it's mucus and it's fat from animals. And now it's getting all clogged up in your arteries, and now the stream that the blood could go through is getting smaller and smaller because it's all getting clogged up. Cholesterol, that's the word. High and low cholesterol. And the bad cholesterol just comes from animals. So I'm not saying don't eat animals. I'm just saying balance that shit out. And you got to cleanse and detox and not have it every day. But also don't think that you are supposed to be fueling your body by eating animals. Animals that eat that's called carnivorism. Carnivores. And they have special type of teeth so that they can eat it. And they have special type of stomach fluid so that they can break it down. We don't. And they don't even eat the meat every day. And they spend a lot of time sleeping and resting. We're more like omnivores, herbivores. And also, when they eat the meat, they eat it raw. They don't cook that shit. That's why if you give a little baby duckling, or a young toddler, a little duckling, even though toddlers try to put everything in their mouth as they're experiencing and learning about life, they're not going to try to eat no baby duck. If it was a cat or a lion or an animal that that is a carnivore, it would eat the baby duck. But if you give a baby duck to a toddler, a human, it's not going to try to eat that baby duck that's moving around. It would try to play with it or check it out and stuff, but it's not going to try to eat the duck. If you get a baby an apple, it will try to eat that. You know? So yeah, I already said that. I mentioned that in plenty of other videos. It's interesting that what we eat for protein, the meat that we eat for protein doesn't eat meat, but it's filled with protein. Just things that make you think, ah. And what I was going to say about Dr. Delbert Blair, I did say that about the parthenogenesis. I did say that. All right, cool. So there's just a lot of misconceptions, and I'm grateful for the internet. That's that aqua energy. All connected, the collective. And where we can discuss these things and learn and grow and do better and have better results. So we're not living life like this. So instead of all this action to go get it, I'm working on pulling it in. Where I sit right here. Being is a type of strength. This is why Sekhmet is power. And in yoga you do the Sekhmet position, and it's like this. It's like this. Sekhmet. I did this in a video a long time, like 3 years ago. I remember. But that's a position of power, to sit and to be, and to know or to let it come in. Just like there's like 11 or 12 different types of intelligences. So, I'm happy that as a society, I think, or as a collective in the world, we are coming into new forms of existing. For example, even with healing. What about Reiki healing? I think that makes me think about Aquarius energy. I've had Reiki done, and it's amazing. And someone's just putting their hands out, and like I feel like the warmth, and they're like putting their hands out near my arm, near my leg, and I'm like, I feel the warmth. Like, oh snap! Or you lay down like a massage table, and they're doing the healing over you with their hands. Like, wait a second, we can heal with our hands? So what I'm taking these pharmaceutical pills for? That come with side effects. I'm seeing all these commercials on my YouTube ads. Like, it's like the one I saw, Depo, some shit. It's a form of birth control. I don't know if it's an IUD that goes in you. I don't know. You guys know, I don't be knowing shit. I'm a super hermit. I just know nerdy stuff. But stuff that has to do with like the world, I don't be knowing. And that's okay. And that's part of why I am who I am. But that's also part of why I've been like shy or nervous or feel like not good enough, because I don't know the TV shows or the actors' names or the latest songs. Because I don't give a fuck. People be like, well, why do you want to hang out? No, I don't. I don't want to hang out. I don't want to talk, because you're only going to talk about some stupid shit, some frivolous shit that don't got nothing to do with our existence or your healing, saving your fucking soul. In fact, it's programming to try to get you to pollute it, make it dirty. I don't like it. But sadly, that's our entertainment. And hurt and negativity, and drama, being mean. Soft is not good heart energy at all. And it's really programmed to have us all fighting against each other. Are you Democrats politicking? Or whatever, what is it? Democrats and Republicans? I don't play the politic game. Well, you're not in the politics. No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not in the politics. I'm not in the religion. Does that make me a bad person? No, I choose to tap into something different. And that dumb shit, that shit ain't doing nothing for you anyways, and you know it. It's just causing arguments and debates. And it's like everybody has a different opinion and way of being. Like, how are you going to get mad at what somebody else has on their plate? That's like we all go out to eat at a buffet and you get mad because they got something that you don't like. And that's what people were doing, like arguing. That's what arguing looks like to me. Like, you're mad because someone else is different. Even the plants aren't arguing. The animals aren't arguing because they're different. But we're supposed to be so smart. Humans are so smart that they think that there's some man in the sky that wants money. That created them but wants money. Yo, make it make sense. And that aliens don't exist. Whatever. Whatever. You know, they don't want you to know about their star seed origins. They want you to tap into your greatest self. They want you sitting at home, being joyous, taking care of your family, pulling in what you need and want. Your desires, you know. So that was just using a little bit of my words and thoughts to bring some balance to the collective. You know, that's that justice energy. I'm trying to get in lotus position. I used to be able to do this. There we go. I might not be able to do it for long. Learning that you can breathe to heal, to get out traumas. Learning that you can tap. Oh, that's very Capricorn-y. Just like acupuncture. And tap to release trauma that's stored inside. It's great. So let me just keep moving on with the reading, though. The Justice, right? That came out. Justice next to the Lovers. That is clearly marriage energy and doing what you love. Dun, 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 dun! The fucking High Priestess. So first of all, that's 3 major arcana in a row. Like, I wish you guys saw this in the reading. Like, they came out together. I did not orchestrate this. It's divinely orchestrated. The High Priestess. I was talking about the pomegranate, ancient antiquity, and I was like, that's interesting because I saw 2 different videos recently. I saw one yesterday and one today, and they were using pomegranates. Pomegranates are extremely potent, powerful. Those little seeds. You gotta have that mustard seed of faith. And that's what I've done on my fool's journey. That's why I'm always giving thanks. I'm always grateful to my higher self, to my ancestors, to my spirit team, to my divine guides, working for me, as me, through me, by me, with me, for me. I'm grateful. I'm grateful to know that. And no, it's not doctrine. It's not religion. That's spirituality. And that's all religion is. Religion is political. Spirituality is real life. It's esoteric. Intended for specifics. Those who have the eyes to see will see. That's all. You know? As they say, those are the chosen, choose herself. So the High Priestess, she has knowledge. That's why she has that laptop there. It's the moon down there that's representing your intuition. That's what the High Priestess is. So knowing. So it's like they want us to think that it's not a fact unless it's on Google, that facts are the only things that are real. No, intuition is real as well. Especially all Aqua season. And we're in the age of Aquarius and Pluto's in Aqua now. That intuition, boy, you better trust it. You better trust it. I'm telling you. She's wearing purple because that's purple's royalty. Purple makes me think of amethyst, Aquarius energy. Let me see what else. Oh, she got the Hathor crown on. I'm gonna show you because I have it right over there. Hold on. I got you. Here we go. Zoop, zoop. See? Ancient. That's the same crown that she's wearing. You already know. So, like, it's talked about this in the Torah. Because I read it. I saw it in there. It said, and see? Because y'all don't be knowing. Y'all don't be reading these books. These fucking stuck in doctrine. To be the horns. Those devil horns represent the moon energy. They represent being illuminated. That's what it said in the Torah. It said, it was talking about, who was it? Was it Moses? I don't be knowing these characters' names. I call them characters. I be calling people characters too. And I give everyone a little special name once I realize the energy. Like, oh, this one's that. For real. But it said that person in the Torah, that story, as they began to realize, they began to glow. They became illuminated. They were radiating. It said radiating, and that's what radiating means: being illuminated, having that knowledge, having those devil horns. It represents knowledge from within, being in tune, inner light, transforming. Yep. So that's great. Who you know out here doing it like this? All right. So I love to talk about ancient cultures or ways of looking at things. You know, I got the 29-degree Jupiter energy. You already know. You already know. So that's why I can't just stay stuck in one doctrine, one way of thinking or being. I went to different schools and theologies. You know, there is no one way. So I'll tell you a story. I've said it mad times. I'll tell you about the what is it called? The 5 blind men around the pig, or whatever. 5 blind men concept. So they're all touching different part. They're blindfolded or they're blind or whatever, and they're touching different aspects. Like you ask one, what are you touching? And one says, well, I'm touching the tusk. And the other one's like, oh, I'm touching a leg. Another one's like, I'm touching the tail. Another one's like, I'm touching the belly. One's like, I'm touching the trunk. And then they're all accurate in what they're saying, but overall, from a higher perspective, they're all touching the same thing, and it's an elephant. So that's how I be looking at life and even religion, or I look at religion and culture. I look at religion like cultures, like in the same way I look at seasoning. Like in this culture, they make empanadas, but in that culture, they make samosas. They're both things that are dough-like things that are filled with something. The dough that's filled, yes. So samosa's got like the potato and peas, or sometimes it has meat. They got the meat ones, meat and peas. The empanada, same concept, is that the meat and cheese inside, or potatoes and spinach. Like, yo, I had this empanada with the spinach and sweet potatoes. Oh, that shit was fire. And they had the black bean and corn one, but it's a dough stuffed with something. That's the same concept over here. That's called a dumpling. Hey, you know. It's all the same concept, but it's different depending on what culture. They're using different seasonings. And this is just herbs that are growing in different regions. And it's just their way of expressing, of cooking culturally. And that's all religion is. This is the way that they are choosing or spirituality as well. The way that they're choosing, because religion is political. Spirituality is just the way that each culture is choosing to interact with the divine, with all that is. That's all. It's a personal journey. So you should get on yours. 3 major arcana. That's bananas. So I don't know what this high priestess energy. I'm saying I don't know. The high priestess is getting married or something, or there's some sort of divine justice coming based on somebody's using their loving energy and magnetizing, and because of that, they got the divine justice. You don't know nobody's spiritual ranking. Fuck around and find out. The high priestess is mystery and intuition. She knows. She knows something that you don't know. She calling on forces y'all might not know about. So, those 3 came out. That was so interesting. And then, boom, the 3 of Swords, right? Heartbreak energy. I was like, well, obviously that's there because it just shows that it couldn't break you. Couldn't break you, couldn't break me. I'm 9-9. It's that Teflon energy. Yeah. And somebody had to tell me that. I didn't know that. I didn't know. I'm like, well, so what are you saying? What does that mean? They're like, that's what bulletproof vests are made out of Teflon. It's unbreakable. I said, oh, that's what you're saying my energy is? Oh shit, I didn't know. That same one, the person who told me that actually is the same one who had caused a lot of Three of Swords energy in my life. But I'm so grateful. I'm so happy. My dark night of the soul, all it did is I think it's like a Rumi quote. It's like where you're cracked at is so that light can come in as well as your light can pour out. And it's just that concept of happening. Or even like I believe it's in gratitude, Japanese culture, if like a ceramic item breaks and they put it back together, they fill the cracks in with gold. So now it's rebuilt and it's even more beautiful, So that's an awesome way to look at it. Yeah. I forgot what I said in the last interpretation of the reading, but that's how I know I'm done with the karmic shit. That Three of Swords energy come up and I'm like, oh, this doesn't even make me cry anymore. I'm over here laughing. I'm like, oh, past that. I'm done with the karma. I'm on to the dharma. From the Ten of Swords to the Ten of Cups. So then I was like, let's get to the last card, right? And I was like, we're not ending on the Three of Swords. So I was like, whatever is the bottom of this deck, that's going to be the last card. Showed you guys, and then I looked at it. I said, yo, they got hella jokes. My spirit team don't play. Yo. Another major arcana, the fourth one in this reading, and it's the Hermit. The Hermit is Virgo energy. And this Hermit also has a laptop there, information. And I was saying that she had her hand out because it looked like she was doing a mudra. But I said, oh no, she's not doing a mudra, but her hand is up. And that makes me think about, I did the same thing last time. I said, no, not Al Kadesh, Hand of Hamesh. Because I'm mixing it up with rhymes that I made in my channel raps. That was a good one. That might have been serious. I went in on that one. I think that's my favorite so far. I like Dragon Flow too. And I like Luella Florence, Daniels Johnson. I like a lot of them. I have more than 21. I had 21 and then I just added like 4 more. So I think, I'm at like 25 now. The Hermit, and that's number 9. Today is the 27th. It's a 9 energy. This is the 9 year. Like, we is lit. The Hermit is that turtle energy. Wisdom, going within, the sage, carrying the light in the dark path, That watchtower. People perish for lack of knowledge. If you want to know something, goddamn ask a Virgo. Because they know. We know. One thing about a Virgo, we're not coming to ask you for shit. I will go, before I got to ask you for help, I just won't have help. I will go without before I ask. So it is solitude energy. But it is because I like knowledge and knowing and doing and learning. And it's ruled by Mercury, so it's very mercurial, very the thinking, commerce and communication. I was doing this because Mercury with your wrists. Mercury, when you use your wrist, you are activating. That's mercurial energy, and you're creating new brain waves. It's great for reprogramming. Yes. So I just thought that was interesting. I was like, that's crazy. They didn't even see it happen on camera, but it happened just like this. And my guys, they be trying to tell me, I'm just trying to do what I'm passionate about and deliver these messages and be grateful in life and joyful and share my light. And then they're trying to also give me messages at the same time. Because that's what happens, It's amazing, this journey. No, I'm not pulling no more cards. That had to be a different reading. This was incredible. Matter of fact, I'm going to take a picture. That way we can see. And I'm doing it, I was about to say the wrong way. I have it set up from right to left. In some cultures, they read right to left. There's no standard way. That shit crazy, the metric versus the standard way. The whole world is doing metric. How you going to say, do a whole new way and say this is standard? The thoughts manifest, right? You use your heka to create what you want. The power, you put it out there. So, I'm putting it out there and I'm pulling it in. Balancing out here. And it's great, it's amazing, it's wonderful. That's pretty much the end of the video. I just wanted to read these cards. I repeated a lot of things I said in part 1. And I'm grateful that I finished through strong, got rid of that disappointment energy, you know. In this, at the beginning of the reading, how I sounded, and just in my life in general. And I did that by going within. I did it by studying self. Know thyself. I was saying that. You guys probably don't know that because I was saying it with the hermit card. Knowing thyself. And that's also correlates with that high priestess energy. What high priestess is a hermit? Oh, me? Oh, okay. I didn't know. Going within. And you learn things too. You learn a lot. And it's very relevant to your soul journey, which is why you are here on Earth School. It's for your soul journey. To find out who you are, find out what you can accomplish, see what you can put out there and create, see what you could pull in and magnetize. It's a big experiment. Send some frequencies to the alien to see what comes back. You know? Get on your Marconi. You're like, who's Marconi? What's Marconi? I like that rhyme that I did too. Hung upside down, you see. Perspective, Hangman showed me a new perspective or way to be. Divinity is amazing, and you're divine, and we're all divine. And the more that you look inside, you see that, you know that, you be that, you sit with that, you become that, and radiate it out. It's illuminated, all right? So that's pretty much it. We good over here. Till the next one, remember to always ask ancestors and to surely seek spirit. Peace.